So this is one of those pre-built gaming PCs that immediately makes you stop and look twice. On paper, it checks a lot of familiar boxes. You're getting an Intel Core i7 processor that can boost up to 3.9 GHz, an AMD RX 590 graphics card with 8 GB of GDDR5 VRAM, 16 GB of RAM, and a 512 GB SSD. It also comes with Windows 11 Home, Wi-Fi 5, and a setup of 4 RGB fans inside a gaming-style case. At first glance, it feels like a complete plug-and-play gaming system. No building, no compatibility stress. Just unbox it, plug it in, and start gaming. And in 2026, the real question is simple: how far does a setup like this actually go? Starting with everyday use, this system feels pretty responsive. The SSD makes a big difference here. Boot times are quick, applications open without delay, and Windows 11 runs smoothly overall. With 16 GB of RAM, multitasking is comfortable. You can run browsers, Discord, music, and background apps without instantly running into slowdowns. So for general use, this already feels solid enough for most users. But of course, this is a gaming PC, so the real focus is performance under load. In esports titles like Valorant, CS2, Fortnite, and League of Legends, this system actually holds up quite well. You can expect smooth gameplay at 1080p with competitive frame rates. That's where this build feels the most confident. It's clearly aimed at gamers who want performance for popular online titles without spending a fortune. Once you move into heavier AAA games, things become more balanced. The RX 590 is an older GPU at this point, and while it still works, it definitely shows its age. Newer games with higher texture demands and stronger GPU requirements often push you toward medium or even low settings just to maintain stable performance. It's not unplayable by any means, but it's also not a set everything to ultra and forget it experience. The Intel Core i7 helps keep the system stable in most scenarios. It handles background processes well and prevents major bottlenecks in general gaming and multitasking situations. It's not the newest generation, but it still does its job in a budget-focused build like this. Thermals are handled by the included RGB fan setup. With 4 fans moving air through the case, temperatures stay under control during gaming sessions. You will hear the system ramp up under load, which is normal for this kind of pre-built, but nothing extreme or concerning. Design-wise, it leans heavily into the typical gaming aesthetic. RGB lighting, a transparent side panel, and a bold look that clearly targets gamers who want their setup to look as gaming as possible. It's not subtle, but that's kind of the point here. Now when it comes to value, this is where expectations really matter. This is not a high-end gaming machine. It's an entry-level to lower mid-range system designed for 1080p gaming, especially esports and lighter modern titles. It performs best when you understand its limits and don't expect ultra settings in the newest AAA games. At the same time, it does offer something important: convenience. You don't need to build anything, you don't need to troubleshoot compatibility, and you get a ready-to-use system right out of the box. So the real takeaway is pretty straightforward. If your goal is smooth 1080p sports gaming, everyday performance, and an affordable entry into PC gaming, this setup makes sense. But if you're thinking about long-term future-proofing, higher resolutions, or maxed-out settings in demanding games, you'll eventually feel the limitations of this hardware. If you want to buy this pre-built gaming PC desktop computer with Intel Core i7 up to 3.9 GHz, RX 598 GB, 16 GB RAM, 512 GB SSD, Windows 11 Home, Wi-Fi 5.0, and RGB fans X4, check the link in the description.